Your bridge to hope, encouragement, and inspiration. It's Sozo Today with the Bridge FM Morning Crew. Here's Johnny, Jared, and Joel.
It's a good morning. Wake up to a brand new day. This morning, stepping on my way. Good morning. My strength to give me just what
Hey, good morning, Eastern North Carolina, Washington, Greenville, New Bern, surrounding area, 70 degrees and 7:04. Sozo Today with the Bridge FM Morning Crew, and we are super glad to be with you this morning, as we always are. And hopefully we're with you as you're headed into work, or maybe you're getting ready this morning. And we just want to be here to encourage you this morning. We call it our interactive morning show. Jared, you coined that phrase, Devo on the go, whatever it is. But we want to help you get your day started with Him. And sometimes that's just as a cup of coffee and you're on the road and maybe you're listening, but we want to encourage you this morning. So thank you for tuning in.
Can I just say that every time you say the word super, the first thing I think of is duper. Super duper.
Super duper.
Every single time. I love it. It's like a happy word. It's one of those trigger words. You can't hear one without having to hear the other.
Yes.
So it's one of those things.
Yes.
But
hey, we're doing some throwback this morning, Jared. We're talking about something. And the title of our devotion is called Songs of the Redeemed. Songs of the Redeemed. And we're going to play some throwback songs, and particularly guys that are listening, that some of you guys are going to recognize this. You're going to recognize this if you're anywhere in your you're how old now, Jared? You're in your 40s.
Yep, 41.
I would say if you are 45 to 65, this may trigger this may take you down memory lane. What we're going to talk about, and a couple of songs we're going to play this morning. Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
It definitely is a throwback morning. And it's really neat to sometimes just do those throwbacks and bring that memory. And that's the really cool thing about songs. Our songs can help you bring back a memory.
Yes,
and
they
you
can.
Hear a song, and a lot of times you remember maybe what that song meant to you, or maybe it reminds you of going around the roller skating rink, holding hands with a girl during couples skate for the first time, or whatever that is. Songs can really bring memories back, and I think we're going to have a good time with that this morning.
Songs are powerful. So stay with us. That's coming up, Songs of the Redeemed. You can follow and even read the devotional at sozotoday.com. And, of course, the Bible reading plan will be on the right side or at the bottom of your screen, depending on what your device is. But right now, here's Joel with some weather.
Yeah, today mostly sunny with highs in the 90s. Tonight, scattered showers with lows in the 60s. And tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds with highs in the 90s. That's your weather update on 98.3 The Bridge.
Good morning, Washington, Greenville, and New Bern. This morning we're talking Songs of the Redeemed, and we're taking our key verse from Psalm 116. It says, I love the Lord, for he heard my cry. He heard my call for mercy. I love the Lord, for he's been so good to me. I will honor him as long as I live. And that's from Psalm 116. And Johnny, I was right in the middle of telling you a story about our night last night. And Joel's like, hey guys, it's time to go on the radio. So I apologize for that brief delay right before.
That was my bad, too.
No, that was me, man. Did it right before we hopped on. But we said earlier we were going to talk about some throwback things this morning. And so I remember, and I know you have a great story for this too. I remember it was summer of 98 or summer of 99. I was interning as a youth pastor at a church in Hollywood, Florida. Love it. It's right in between. It goes Fort Lauderdale and then Hollywood, Florida, and then Miami. So it's way down south Miami in Florida. And man, I loved it down there. And these group of guys said, hey, Jared, why don't you join us? We're going to Jacksonville for this huge conference, and we think you'd have a good time. And I was like, okay. So I remember heading up there. We drove up the night before. We spent the night at a hotel. There was a pool, and, I'm 20-ish years old, and so I'm just enjoying that. And there are all these older men there, and it was just a really good time. They were just kind of pouring into me. And the next day at this conference, Johnny, and I'm going to let you pick up right here, but the next day at this conference, absolutely incredible.
Tell me what it was like.
So I remember walking in, and it was a Promise Keeper conference. I remember walking in to the Jacksonville football stadium and just looking around, and there were people everywhere. And I was like, man. So we walked in, we got a seat. We were on the upper level, but lower on the upper level, so we had a really good view. And I didn't know what to expect. And they started into their worship time after their announcements and all that. They started into their worship time, and it was like instant. I mean, instant. And I was like, and I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. It was just so powerful. Probably the first time that I was introduced to that kind of worship. And I mean, we not that there are different ways to worship, but in that environment with, thousands and thousands of men with their hands raised, worshiping the Lord, that is something that I will always remember.
So that holds a special place in my heart. I remember the first Promise Keepers event I was invited to and went to with a group of guys. The first event that I ever went to was in Columbia, South Carolina, where the Gamecocks play. And that outdoor stadium's 40,000 people, I think, that it'll seat. And the stadium is full. All the seats are full, but we're on the ground level where they have chairs set out. And the band cranks up. I didn't really know what to expect, but it was an amazing time, an amazing experience. And I was there with some great brothers in the Lord, and the worship just set us up. The worship just set us up for the words that would come, and it was usually an all-day Saturday event that men would go to, and it was incredible.
It was awesome.
And one of the things that I loved about it was, as we've been talking, was the worship and the worship songs. And these songs would get in your head. I mean, they would get in your head, and I would find myself singing these songs weeks and months after, these events. I'd get the CDs, and I'd just learn them, and they just get down in you.
You didn't want it to end.
You didn't want it to
You
end.
wanted to take that experience with you wherever you went. I remember that.
And looking at it in light of today's devotional, there are songs of the redeemed, and Psalms 116. This is one of those songs. There are verses that use the words redeemed. We don't see the words redeemed in this verse, but this verse were lyrics in some of these Promise Keepers, particularly one we're getting ready to play. And I love it. And David is saying, he said, "I love the Lord, for he heard my cry. He heard my call for mercy. I love the Lord, for he's been so good to me. I will honor him as long as I live." And, man, that was personal for David.
Yeah.
And David knew that. David knew what it was like to get away from God, to walk away, to really mess up in a big-time bad way. But he also knew what it was like to come back to the Father, and how the Father was always there and ready to take him in and to clean him up and dust him off and to bring him back into that fellowship. And so just powerful, man, just really powerful. This morning I want to encourage you as you're riding into work or you're listening this morning, let the songs of the redeemed, maybe there's some songs that mean something to you that you can sing. And you know what, Jared, we were talking this morning that we hit dry spots and we hit dry spells in our walk with the Lord. I've had times, man, where I haven't prayed as much or been in God's word as much, and you get dry. And it's not so much that we need to do this, and we do, but it's not so much that, it's that we miss that fellowship and that koinonia that we have with the Lord. This morning, listen, life is busy. There's craziness and chaos going on in the world around us. But, man, it's so good when we can slow down for a minute and just worship the Lord and reflect on him and just sing or mumble those songs of the redeemed that come to our heart and mind and just draw close to him. And you know what? He loves that. And when we have those dry spots, we miss it. But you know what? Even more so, he misses it with us.
Yeah.
He misses it with us. So, hey, here's one of those throwback songs, a Promise Keeper song from way back. Bring it on up, Joel. We're going to enjoy this one. Hey, God bless you. Stay with us. Got some great things coming up right here. Sozo Today with the Bridge FM Morning Crew.
Your bridge to hope, encouragement, and inspiration. It's Sozo Today with the Bridge FM Morning Crew. Here's Johnny, Jared, and Joel.
So if you missed that first segment and you're like, man, what is going on? What are they playing? We were doing that throwback Promise Keeper worship style music, and it was absolutely incredible and fun to hear that. Good morning, Washington, Greenville, New Bern. It is 7:36, and you're listening to the Bridge FM Morning Crew here on 98.3 The Bridge. And we have been talking through our devotion this morning, and our devotion is titled Songs of the Redeemed. We're going to put that on pause right now, though, because we have a sponsor spotlight.
Yeah, we do. Courtney Whitehurst, Dr. Courtney Whitehurst,
Dr. Courtney Whitehurst
with Active Health Chiropractic is with us. Good morning. How are you doing, Dr. Courtney Whitehurst?
Good morning. How are y'all?
Doing good, doing good. So listen, we wanted to chat with you. You've been one of our longtime advertising partners. I mean, like long time, like right when we started. You came on board with us, and that's been a great thing. But in addition to that, I say we, like me, my wife, my kids, we use your service at Active Health Chiropractic, and man, it has been a difference maker for us. I mean, I'm regularly in there. Had a lot of chronic back issues, and I know Jen had headache issues, and it's been a big help to us. What do you say to folks that are in need of, because of chronic issues, and then what's the other word? It's things that pop up every now and then,
Acute.
right? Acute, yeah. How does chiropractic help the average person with both acute and chronic issues?
Well, it's non-invasive and it's hands-on, and it's a little different than what you're used to with popping a pill and sort of covering what's going on instead of actually fixing the problem underneath. We see patients with all sorts of things from very basic neck pain to pretty, aggressive herniations or sciatica issues. And most of the time we can get them some relief or total relief.
Yeah, that was the reason, actually, I went to you for the very first time. I remember that, as you said. I had a sciatic nerve issue going on, and I had been dealing with it for a couple of weeks. On this one particular day, I remember this, Jared. I'm like, I'm calling every chiropractor I can until I find somebody that can see me today. And fortunately for me, and you were right around the corner, you fit me in that day. And, man, that I felt relief that day, and I think I came in a couple of days close to that, and within a treatment or two, that thing was completely gone.
That's right.
Yeah.
We get usually pretty good relief for most musculoskeletal issues. I always say if you've never tried a chiropractor, at least give it a shot. It's so much, less invasive. You're not taking anything, putting anything in your body, and we definitely aren't doing any type of cutting. So it's a good first start on a musculoskeletal problem.
Well, and the first time I went to see you was the first time I'd ever been to a chiropractor. And I don't know, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but people, for some reason, through the years, and it's gotten better. I know it's gotten a lot better. Yes. But when chiropractic care began to really get popular, there was criticism. There were people saying, "Oh, that doesn't work. It's dangerous, et cetera, et cetera." And man, I mean, we're talking 7 years now. We've been your patients, and we've never seen that. I mean, we always leave feeling so much better than when we went in.
That's right. Even Jen was a newcomer to it and got almost immediate results with headache issues.
Yeah.
So, it can definitely help a lot of people and a lot of issues.
No doubt. Well, Courtney Whitehurst, Dr. Courtney Whitehurst with Active Health Chiropractic. So if someone wants to get with you, Courtney, and connect with you on some chiropractic care, maybe they've got some pain issues that they need to get some relief on, what is the best way for them to reach out to you?
They can just give us a call at 975-6878 or stop by our office in Chocowinity. Due to coronavirus, it's a little different, but feel free to walk in and ask some questions and get some information.
Yeah, and I will say to that, too, you're doing all the things necessary to protect. You disinfect, you check temperature when you come in, I mean, wearing the mask. And so you guys have gone to great steps to make sure everybody's safe, haven't you?
That's right. We just want to make people as comfortable as possible and still get some relief.
Absolutely. Well, hey, folks, if you have got any chronic pain, acute pain, go see Courtney Whitehurst with Active Health Chiropractic in Chocowinity. You'll be glad you did. I mean, it is a game changer. You'll definitely get some help, and reach out to them today. Hey, give us that phone number if you're with us there one more time, if you will.
Okay, it's 975-6878.
975-6878. Hey, thank you so much. Good talking to you.
Thank you.
All right. Stay with us. Man, I like that one. Citizen Way, Songs of the Redeemed. That's what we're talking about this morning, Jared. And
yes.
those lyrics right there in that Citizen Way song remind me of some of the lyrics from those Promise Keeper songs.
Yeah.
Tunes different, sounds different, but the
A
lyrics, a little. The lyrics remind me of some of the lyrics from those songs back in the day. And we're talking Songs of the Redeemed this morning from SozoToday.com. Our key verse is Psalm 116.
Yeah.
And David wrote these psalms that often became songs. And we've continued to write these songs. I mean, he's in that Citizen Way song. They're singing right out of Scripture, parts of that, right?
Yeah.
Here's Psalms 116. It says, I love the Lord, for he heard my cry. He heard my call for mercy. I love the Lord, for he's been so good to me. I will honor him as long as I live. And that's Psalm 116. Songs of the Redeemed. And what is Songs of the Redeemed? What does that mean, Songs of the Redeemed? There's that verse that says, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. But you could also say, let the redeemed of the Lord sing so.
Yeah.
Because, saying so, singing so, it's songs from people who know they have been redeemed. They have been bought with a price. They have been rescued. They have been renewed. They've been saved. And those are special songs. Those are special songs that we sing because it comes from the depth of an understanding of where we were and where we've become, where we've been brought to.
Yeah. And that's so important in our walk is that, I mean, Johnny, we don't have to find things to sing about. We don't have to find things to praise the Lord about. We don't have to find things because we have been redeemed. And I love how we tied in the book of Jude, which is also in the Bible reading plan
for
today.
today.
And I love how that ties in where Jude's going through and he's talking about false teachers and he's talking about different things that are getting into the church and they're becoming a distraction. And for me personally, when all the distractions are removed, man, then I'm able to see clearly that the Lord has redeemed me and that I don't deserve it and that he didn't just stop there. He didn't just stop by redeeming me. He is continuing to work in me and he's continuing to use the illustration all the time. Not only did he save me from something, but he has saved me to something, and in that I'm able to really rejoice and sing and be thankful that the Lord is doing that for us.
So let the songs of the redeemed, if you know that you're redeemed today, you've been redeemed, let the songs of the redeemed come out, let them come forth. This is one of yours. You picked this out today, Jared.
I love this
What's
one.
this one?
It's called The Goodness of God, man, and it just talks about how much we love the Lord because he is so good to us.
Yes.